It's more women own homeowners than it is men.
And you think that's something to be proud of?
But what I'm saying
No, answer me. Is that something to be proud of? Explain to me why.
Because
I think
if that woman has kids, guess who gets that house?
Okay, the conversation going on, the man is complaining that why is it that women do not wait for their man before they decide to buy a house or build a house? So they are having a house of their own, and that's what this conversation is all about. Hey beautiful people, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. How are you all doing today? My name is Maria Davis, and I'm back again with another interesting video. This video is a very lengthy video, so I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you all to watch. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, then I'll come back and talk about it.
It's more women own homeowners than it is men.
And you think that's something to be proud of?
But what I'm saying
No, answer me. Is that something to be proud of? Explain to me why.
Because
I think
if that woman has kids, guess who gets that house? Guess who gets it?
The homeowners.
They're. Yes, I do know the homeowner is.
Listen, it's actually sad because all that shows is women can't cooperate enough with a man to even be able to buy a home as a family. Black women are getting evicted more than anybody in the country.
You talking about homeowners though?
Yeah,
homeowners,
like,
Section 8, apartments, whatever you want to look at. But are using these degrees to say they don't go out in the world buying houses by themselves.
We're not saying that we don't need one.
They're losing. I think that's sad.
We're not saying that we don't need one.
Okay.
That's the thing. And that's where the disconnect is at. Just because we're educated and we are able to buy our own homes and we're able to do these things for ourselves, that does not say that. That does not automatically say we don't want or need a man. Y'all assume that. Y'all are insecure and you assume that that's what it is, but that's not what most women, that's not what we want.
So you as a single person buying a home alone, that's a red flag. And this generation isn't even paying off these houses for real. The average woman makes $37,000. The average black woman is like the least paid.
Well, researchers say the rise of joblessness among black men has become a crisis, and its financial impacts are having a ripple effect. According to a new report from the Center for Economic and Policy Research, the toll of unemployed black men is costing the U.S. economy about $50 billion a year. Researchers say black men have consistently had the highest annual unemployment rate for the last 20 years.
Buying a home alone, you already in the red. So what you need to do is pair with the man, get that two income that you're talking about, and elevate.
Now, I should emphasize that doesn't mean that women are living in households with the same income levels, because black women tend to be married to men who are black, who have lower incomes, and they also are married at lower rates. And so if you look at household income, of course, you do see a significant disparity between black women and white women. But when you look at their own earnings, they look very similar.
Yes, more single women are buying homes than men. It's actually sad because all that shows is women can't cooperate enough with a man to even be able to buy a home as a family. Black women have the most debt out of everybody. Why? Because they're the most enrolled in college, they're the most getting those student loans, and they're the most going in debt. So they're actually the ones who need a partner the most, but are using these degrees to say they don't go out in the world buying houses by themselves.
We're not saying that.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we
are castrating you. You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as the leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding them by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're going to get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love me on the basis of that. You want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society, and because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
Okay, this conversation, you all can see that it is something that has been a very serious discussion for the past 50 years. Men are not happy when they see a woman trying to earn a living or trying to do things that they think that they're the only one that is entitled to do these things. I want to know what you all think down in the comment section. I have few stitches to share with you all, so kindly sit and relax and continue watching while I share my thoughts at the end of all the stitches.
Can't cooperate enough with a man to even be able to buy a home as a family. Black women.
So this man is basically complaining that single women can't even wait and be patient for a man to come along and buy a house. They're buying houses on their own. They can't even wait to buy a house as a family. Who's to say she wants to get married, number one? And why she put her life on hold waiting for a man that she hasn't even met yet to sign her permission slip? That's what men are really mad about. Women are signing their own permission slips. We're not waiting on men to buy a house, finish college, to travel the world. We're not waiting on men to do anything. We're living our lives. Men aren't waiting on you to live theirs. It's like men like this are always trying to tell women what we can and we cannot do. And they get mad when we do what we want to do. Like, we're grown. Why is she waiting on a man that she hasn't even met yet to decide what he wants to do? I'm going to sit around and rent all my doggone life until I meet a man and then we'll buy a house together. Why not have a house, get some equity, make your house a rental home or whatever? The man for you will adjust to whatever you got going on.
Women can't cooperate enough with a man to even be able to buy a home as a.
The days of waiting around on men to gather their things together and act right are being over. The days of wait and see, the days of, the potential, the days of all that shit are over. And that is why in today's time, so many women do buy homes on their own. He wanted to sit here and try to tell these women that it's a bad thing that so many women buy homes by themselves now because they can't even cooperate with a man to buy a home as a family. Like, y'all give a fuck structure a family. There's so many single mothers out here. If you gave, there wouldn't be so many single mothers out here. You'd be with the person that you had kids with, protecting and providing for them. You weren't doing that. So guess what? When we're going to do it ourselves. You don't want to provide. You don't want to buy a home. I'm going to buy my own home. You don't want to worry about accumulating any sort of wealth to pass down to our children. I'll do it. And now you're mad. And now because your dusty ass is still over here sitting on your laurels waiting on, and you see women skating right past your ass, smoking you up in water and goddamn everything. Now you're bitter, and now you're going to try to shame women for their successes that essentially we've all been forced to obtain because y'all wasn't doing anything. You weren't doing anything. And what you really expected women to do is just continue to sit and wait around, put up with your bull, and just wait and see what you want to do for the day, or what moves you want to make, being a leader, leading everybody right into hell, into poverty. and all this other. No, women got sick of that. We did the wait and see. We did the to work it with a man and get a home together and all that shit. It's already been done and it wasn't working. That's what the getting. All this has been done. It was not working. Women said, as soon as we had access to get our own bank accounts, we can, get divorces, all that kind of shit. We ran like our asses were on fire and started making moves on our own. Smart choices, being real leaders, being the people that you couldn't be. You're not protecting, you're not providing, you don't talk about family structure, you don't talk about any of that shit. Because if you did, things would be different than they are today, and they're not. Because y'all don't you ain't stepping up, you don't want to step up, and now because your inadequacies are so apparent now, it's so apparent, like you can't hide behind your bullshit anymore. You're mad, and now you want to try to shame women for the successes that they have obtained.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus?
Yes, more single women are buying homes than men. It's actually
So both of these videos have the same message, that the Black woman thinks too much of herself and she needs to be taken down a peg in order to be more cooperative, more compliant, and more submissive. She needs to use her accolades and her financial affluence and her academic achievements to help the Black man up as a team. And a lot of people have made a lot of good stitches about why this isn't realistic, but I just have a few questions. When the woman uses her money, or the bulk of which is her money, to secure a house and put both of their names on the deed, is he then going to take over the managing of that house? When the woman is making exponentially more and is by default the breadwinner, is she going to come home to a clean house and a hot meal with no dishes in her sink? When she's out there grinding, is her husband or her boyfriend going to do his part as a team and take over the child rearing? Is she going to come home to her children bathed, clothed, fed, with clean diapers on, engaged, or otherwise put to bed? And if traditionally the head of the house is the person who's the provider, is she going to be the one to pull out her card and pay at the restaurant, or does she still have to slide it underneath the table at the restaurant so that he can feel like the man? When they have disagreements about how things should be done, can they come together as a team and solve those issues, or will she be accused of emasculating him? See, in all this time, people are asking Black women to come down to the Black men's level because as a group, they're not on our level yet, and they don't want to play catch up. No one has asked them if they are ready to take on the role reversal. The problem isn't Black women's standards, it's that a lot of these Black men have become selectively traditional. They want to be pursued, pampered, protected, and provided for like a woman while still retaining the title of head of household and man of the house. They want to be kept while still demanding submission from she who is keeping them. If anyone has too high standards, if anyone is living in a fantasy, it is these Black men who want to have their cake and eat it too. Nothing is stopping a man who wants a woman from rising to her level. However, it is shown historically and statistically that when a woman goes down to a man's level, not only does she suffer, any children that she brings into that union suffer too. So instead of trying to talk Black women into a situation that would be financial exploitation at best, why aren't we talking about Black men's complacency?
bad because all that shows is women can't cooperate enough with a man to even be.
All that really shows is that men are not doing what they're supposed to be doing as providers, right? As leaders, right? It shows that men are not being ambitious. It shows that men are not putting forth the effort. It shows that men are not making nearly enough or looking towards making nearly enough. It shows that men are not doing any work, not the type of work that women are doing. It shows that men are not nearly as educated as women. It shows that men are not nearly making as much as women, right? And that's fucked up because y'all have had all the opportunities for decades, and women just got them. So no, this says nothing about women. This is everything about men.
Okay, if you're still here, kindly let me know your thought down comment section. I would love to hear your opinion. Kindly make your opinion respectfully down in the comment section. So, my own opinion, I feel like this black man was just trying to say that when a woman has money to build a home by herself, she shouldn't. She should wait till she have a man, or if at all she has a man, and the man doesn't even have money, she should not even build the house. She should just wait. Because I don't see why you're attacking a woman just trying to build a home for herself, and you're saying woman do not cooperate with man. What if she doesn't have a man, and what if the man she has is not even like responsible? There's some men that are not responsible to have a home by themselves, and a woman find that kind of man she has, and she just has to build a home just for her future and for the future of her kids. Or maybe the man is not financially okay. She doesn't mean that she should not build a home by herself or a house by herself. It doesn't. I don't know why it's a big deal for some men when they see that a woman is taking their responsibility, or finally something they are supposed to be doing. When they see that a woman is doing it with full chest, full confidence, and she's doing it with no issues, they feel very intimidated. They feel like they cannot catch her, or she's gone. And I don't know why they feel so intimidated about it. I don't know why. There was one of the stage that said if a woman doesn't try to support herself, doesn't try to do the right thing, and she falls in the wrong hands of a man that still know that she cannot do the right thing, and he leaves her with the kids, what's she going to do? And that is what happened when you see single mothers out there. The men left them, or probably they left the man when they see that the man is not responsible. Anything can happen within any relationship. What if she doesn't, and she decides not to have, or she decides to listen to you by not buying or building a house, or trying to make a living, or trying to do something that secures her future? How will her relationship be after she doesn't have the man, or how will her life be with the kids at the end of the day? That's why we see single women out there. They don't have anything, and that is why we also see women suffering in marriages, because they do not have anything to their name. Then they decide to stay in the marriage through thick and thin. Even when they are taking a lot of bullshit from this man, they will still stay inside, knowing that they cannot leave, because if they should leave, there's nowhere they are going to. Number one. Number two, they don't have any money to take care of themselves, talk less of the children they've given birth to. So they will stay in that marriage, tolerating a lot of things that they're not supposed to tolerate from the man, just in the sake of they're trying to build together with a man. I'm not saying that women should not build together with a man or something, but then if you have your own money, you can do your thing. Doesn't matter. It shouldn't be a big deal when a woman is doing that. It shouldn't be concerned. It shouldn't be something talked about when a woman decides to do her own thing and build her own. Like, it shouldn't. But when a man is doing it, it's okay. It's okay. So when you build the house and probably in the future the relationship is no longer there, who owns the house? These are the questions some men need to just think about, because it's not all the time women means bad, and I know it's not. But then again, this is just my own opinion, and that's just what I think about this topic. I would like to know what you all think down in the comment section. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and also put in the comment section what you think. And of course, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.